This week, we are covering food from the land of corn and chilies. We know this cuisine for tacos, burritos, churros, and more. I'm going to do this as I'm in conversation with one of the best chefs this city has seen for Mexican cuisine, Chef Candice. And we are covering her restaurant that serves the best Mexican food in this city, Chinita.
Grubbo.
Authentic Mexican cuisine. When I hear someone say authentic something, I'm always, at this place where I'm like, really? Are you really authentic?
Yeah, it's a very strong word to use to stick to the brand.
So Chinita, authentic Mexican cuisine. How does this work?
Well, it's not that anything is wrong with anything else that is out there. But I think what Chinita is trying to create and serve is an experience and also the food that you would get anywhere in the world, especially in Mexico. Like how you would go to a taqueria in Mexico and you would have that food.
Right.
So that is the experience that we're trying to achieve here with Chinita.
So I've always found this to be a very interesting drink. Right?
Horchata
Let's talk about the flavors. Let's talk about everything associated with this.
Sure.
From the Indian palate at least.
Yeah.
I get the rice part of it.
Okay.
However, this is a very interesting mix of flavors, right? From the cinnamon to your...
it's only interesting because I think it's not done commonly used. It's like it's not commonly used ingredients that's put together into a drink.
Right.
And you don't actually think of using rice to make it into a drink, right? But if you kind of shift your mind a little bit, how do you create oat milk? How do you create almond milk?
Right.
It's the same kind of concept. How do you create rice? So horchata is basically rice milk, right? But we make it here ourselves, and then it also has almond inside. And the cinnamon flavor is a very popular flavor in Mexico.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So this obsession with corn, I would never understand.
Yeah, so corn has always been readily available in Mexico. Like we're talking about thousands of years ago, it has been grown wild. Before they even discovered wheat, they discovered corn. So when they start cultivating corn as Aztec, it has become a staple to their diet. And so it's in everything. You can even find desserts made out of corn, drinks made out of corn. We don't have it here, but in Mexico, you have drinks made out of corn. Everything basically. In any shape or form of corn is made into your food. So this one here is called elote.
Okay.
It's a grilled corn that has toppings. So what it has is basically mayo, sour cream, chili pepper, chili powder, and a squeeze of lime, and cheese, Parmesan.
So I'm going to dig into this.
Yeah, go for it.
And would you suggest?
Yeah, just squeeze a little bit of lime and just take a bite.
I'll do that.
So I always tell people that you're drawing the similarity between Indian food and lime, and also this is what you would get on the streets in Mexico and how you get.
It's like the staple, isn't it?
Yeah, you get grilled corn in India as well, right?
Yeah, but not as rich and decadent as this one.
Yeah, it's a little.
Wow, I didn't expect that. There's a lot of creaminess to this.
Yes, absolutely.
I can definitely taste the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is good.
Thank
it's
you.
definitely different from the usual street food that we have here.
Yes.
And I'm assuming a lot of people have this here.
They do, and I think the people who have tried it or is aware about elote, they will order it and they love it. But there are still a lot of people who are not. They have their own favorites when they do come.
I see. Would nachos be one of them?
Yes, absolutely. Nachos is one of the top sellers in Chinita.
And there's a very wholesome looking plate right now
Yeah.
of nachos.
Yes.
So why did you take us through this?
So, nachos. So we're in, I think, after spending a good dozen of years in India, I realized nachos in India was introduced by the cinema industry,
Right.
And nachos in the cinema is basically just tortilla chips and your
Salsa.
well, little salsa and also your queso on the side, which is the cheese sauce.
Cheese sauce, yeah.
But really, nachos is tortilla chips loaded with stuff.
Right.
And what you're trying to accomplish here is not just a cheese, but you also want your beans, some sort of a fresh element like cilantro or raw onions and sour cream. And then this one is served with grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken. I'm going to squeeze some
Lime.
all over it just to freshen it up.
The acid always helps.
Yep.
Never been disappointed, yo. I know a lot of people associate burritos with like Mexican cuisine. Again, I guess Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I know you know the origin as well. I mean, there's a really nice story.
Yeah. So burritos are not created in Mexico.
Right.
It was created in California or in America. For the Mexicans that were working in the fields, and like somebody came up with the idea of just wrapping some rice and meats and salsa together in a huge tortillas and bringing it to the farmers. And so that's how it was created. But it became such a big hit. All these chains started making it. It started being offered in Mexican restaurants, and so it is a very popular dish here. But actually, even more popular is the burrito bowl. In Chinita, I think the grilled chicken burrito bowl is the single most popular dish in Chinita.
I suppose convenience plays a huge role there.
Yes, absolutely. It's a very, talk about wholesome. You have one bowl that.
So I'm just going to dig in as you.
You have one bowl, which basically a meal in a bowl. You have your carbohydrates, your protein, your vegetables, and it's very satisfying. So
it kind of makes sense also to have it in a bowl. I mean, this is not an easy bite to have.
No, it's easy for me, but I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I think people just like to dig into rice and they like to kind of see it, kind of like a deconstruct version of a burrito. Right?
Also.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
I think you have to be in the mood to want to
to inhale the food, right?
Yes. Exactly.
And that's when you'll be able to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, but it is very satisfying if you're like super hungry to kind of dig into a burrito.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, anything that has both the hands and walls.
Yeah, exactly. It's
for sure, I get it.
It's like a burger. Almost.
Yeah,
but
I
had that in mind, yes.
Yeah.
But it's easy to transport. You don't need utensils.
That's true.
Right? So, and I think that's how it became so popular. And it's very, very filling and very satisfying.
And the layers are just so visible, so clear.
Yep.
I mean, I can see the rice, I can see the meat, I can see the sour cream.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of cheese in it.
Yes, absolutely. And salsa.
And the beans.
Yep. Salsa and beans.
Yeah. I'm gonna just dig in.
Go for it. Squeeze of lime and jalapenos if you like.
Acid, yeah.
And because I think the food tends to be a little bit on the richer side, it helps with a side of jalapenos.
It helps balance the
flavors.
Yeah. And I like a little bit of heat, so my roots are from Andhra.
Right. Oh, okay.
And we love our heat.
Yeah, and we all know that chilies originally came from South America, especially Mexico, before it came all the way here. So over to them.
Wow. Can you name one dish that you probably get wrong here? Because wow, the balance again.
Right. So I think
it's impeccable.
So I think that's why the burrito bowl became so popular. Because if you are just, whether you're eating by yourself or you're eating with friends or you're going out or whatever, it's a meal, like that. Every single bite is just so much flavor and so much balance, and so satisfying.
For sure.
And it's relatively healthy.
Relative. For me, it is.
Yeah, there you go. So this is the braised pork taco.
Yeah.
I would say one of the most popular dish that got us so far. This is actually one of the, I guess, the original taco that came out during the flea market days. And this is roasted zucchini and corn taco. This is a vegetarian one, also very popular among the vegetarians.
Okay.
So roasted zucchini is always kind of not seen as a serious vegetable, but it's actually very popular in Mexico, and it's actually most of the time eaten as a side dish because Mexican food is very meat-centric.
Right.
So this is like a side dish, but instead of making the side dish, I made it into a taco and kind of highlight it for the vegetarians.
Nice. So I've always had this question. This tortilla chips, I think, should be crushed and be put in the middle of the taco, because I think that crunch always enhances the flavor. What do you think?
I think not. I think that's what we do. You should eat the tortilla chips alongside your taco, because taco does tend to be a little bit on the softer side.
Yeah.
So then, as you eat, you take a crunch, and just for variety, right?
Right.
So each taco has a very different topping to them. Why? Because it's been kind of thought out as to, like, if you have a braised pork taco, you want to keep it simple, want the pork to shine, so we just put a little salsa, raw onions, sour cream, and jalapeno. But this one, zucchini, we actually put pico de gallo.
Okay.
And so my point is that each taco has basically about 3-4 elements. So you have the protein or your main thing, and then it almost always comes with a salsa, and then it almost always comes with something kind of fresh, like a fresh herb, like a cilantro or some chopped onions, or like a salsa fresca, like a pico de gallo. And over here we end it with a little bit of sour cream, just to kind of
give it a little bit of creaminess and fat.
But it's not necessarily. So if you have one of our tostadas, there is no fat to it, because I feel like it doesn't need it.
It doesn't need it. Yeah. So then, aren't you going to dig it?
Yes. No, but I know you like this, so you can go for it. I'll have
please. A dash of lime as usual.
Of course, yes, always. So let me tell you a little bit about the tortillas.
Yeah, please.
So tortillas that we use here are actually masa tortillas. And how is this different from the usual corn tortillas is that the corn has gone through a process called nixtamalization, which is a process that was discovered by ancient Mexicans a few thousand years ago, and by the Aztec. And what they do is they just soak dry corn into calcium silicate, and then wash it off and then process it. And what it does is actually strips a layer out of each corn.
Right.
And then when you cook it, the human body can actually absorb the nutrients from the corn. And which is what actually made the Mexican civilization survive till today, because of this process. It was an interesting fact I thought you might want to know.
Yeah, that's a very interesting fact. I'm sure a lot of people watching this will appreciate.
Oh, how to eat a tortilla. How to eat a taco. So you roll it up.
Yep.
And you eat it from here.
Sideways.
Yeah, sideways.
Yeah. Ooh, the pork. Wow. Oh, this is amazing.
Thank you.
What's the story with the pork? I'm sure there's some amount of work that's gone into it.
So I'll tell you, this pork actually, this braised pork is called pork adobada.
Okay.
And this is actually taught to me by aunt who lives in California. And she is a huge Mexican fan, of course, Mexican food fan. And she is a really, really good cook. So I've actually learned a lot from her. And so this particular braised pork is kind of like my take on her braised pork, her pork carbonara.
Oh, nice. This is good. And how's your zucchini
It's good. It's yum.
taco?
It's always one of my favorite.
So I don't think you understood it when I said I love decadence in my life. Desserts. What are we talking about? I didn't.
Decadent. Okay, got it.
Decadence.
You like dessert?
Yeah.
So this is churros.
I love it.
Yeah,
Just to feel.
very popular among the kids, and this is your chocolate dipping sauce.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
decadent enough for you?
Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that. Just when I was thinking about this as being decadent.
So this is the chocolate chili cake. You know, the mixture of chocolate into your meal is not uncommon as an ingredient to your curry or whatever. Not curry, but your mole.
Mole.
And to put chili into your dessert is also not uncommon.
Right.
So I think the combination of spice into dessert, into something sweet, or sweet into something savory, it's everywhere in Mexican food.
Right.
So which we try to recreate over here.
Nice. And I'm glad that you did. Okay, I just want to dig in. You know how like a lot of chocolate cakes are overly sweet?
Yeah, okay. No.
This isn't.
This isn't.
The first flavor that I get is that of chocolate. And then you're like, where's the chili?
It's coming.
And it comes.
Yeah.
And the cake is warm, the ice cream is cold. Even that adds to the entire experience. Wow, yeah. So it's a very wholesome experience at Chinita, isn't it?
It is, right?
Yeah.
That's what we try to create at Chinita, because it is, after all, kind of like a family-run restaurant.
Right.
And you know, when you come into Chinita, it's not just the food that will take you to a different place. We want to come in here and want you to feel like as if you are no longer in Bangalore. You know, you're no longer in Coromangla or in Rangi. You actually maybe could be anywhere in the world, and maybe even Mexico.
Sure.
So that's what we were trying to do.
Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. I hope you like the food.
I love it.
Excellent.